Okay. Yeah. So welcome once again. So we are honored to have with us Ms. Shobha Konidala, a dedicated coach, trainer, and a speaker with over 18 years of experience in leadership development, communication, and personal growth. She is certified leadership trainer with credentials from HRCI, CPD, and SHRM. Shobha has worked with leading organizations such as BEL, Tanlaw, actionable, and Symbiosis Institute of Management Studies. She is also associated with Noble Manhattan Coaching as the president of Coaching Support Group and has been recognized with the CXO Award for talent optimization expertise. Her work focuses on empowering leaders and teams with the skills to adapt, innovate, and thrive. So a warm welcome to you all once again, and over to you, Shobha.
Thank you for that lovely introduction there. Good evening to all of you, and hope I know it's a Monday evening. I hope all of you are doing well. And without much ado, today we're going to be talking about a very interesting topic, which is about adaptive and resilient leadership. I think we all talk about enough day in and day out about adaptability and resilience. So as I've been introduced, so I come with 18 years of corporate experience, and so I've done multiple roles into corporate communications, business development, and into executive search consulting, and been into both coaching and training for about a year and a half now, and specialized in soft skills, leadership development, and sales training. So today, as I mentioned, we are doing a very interesting topic on adaptability and resilient leadership. So, what does adaptability and resilience mean to all of you? Anybody?
Everybody can use the chat or unmute themselves as well.
It's about bouncing back. Resilience is about bouncing back when there is a setback. How do you get up and get going?
Excellent. Yeah. And what does adaptability means to you?
How fast can you adjust to changes around? How do you adapt? How can you be more than adaptability? I think how can you be agile about that adaptability?
Excellent thought process, Tripti. I really appreciate your thought process. Very
Thank
good.
you. Thank you.
Anyone else wants to throw some light on it?
It's all about adjusting to the situations, the changing situations. It's all about adjusting towards it.
Very true. And this is all about leadership, right? Every day it's like new challenges. You would have gone with a plan A, and things could have completely changed, and you just make decisions being agile,
True,
right?
true, ma'am.
Yeah. Thanks, Sumitra. Anything else you want to add on to it?
Ma'am, it is actually situation dependent on how you can actually react to situations, how you get modified yourself for being in that particular situation. Maybe not really you, maybe the entire team, or it all depends upon the situation which you are currently in.
Excellent. And so how do you feel like when you're in that situation and you're able to think, quick and fast and able to make the decision? What feeling that gives you?
It is actually a kind of ownership is more important. If the particular situation you are in, you will have to turn to to new or better situations. You will have to address everything, take things in a much more challenging environment. All these are actually a part in leadership, and how you pursue things is what is more important. Perceiving whatever is coming in front of you in the way it has to be, and it has to move on is even more important, I felt.
Very nice, Sumitra. Very good, valid points you brought out. And this is what is leadership in the new age, right?
Yeah, true, ma'am.
Gone are days wherein we talk about directive leaders or authoritative leaders. Now, the need of the hour is like how adaptable you are. Do you have that resilience muscle in you,
Yeah, true, ma'am. Thank
right?
you.
Yeah,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Sumitra. Anybody else wants to add on before we move on, or are we good? All right. So adaptability and resilient leadership. It's all about bouncing back and moving forward. So many a times in life we come across challenges, like it could be a new technology or it could be some unexpected event happening, and how some people might be like wondering like the new policy that Trump has brought in. So what kind of feeling it gave to a lot of organizations? The first impact it would have created in the minds of the organization.
Generally, a shock, and they'll have to plan a lot now, because cost is very important in for all the organizations. To balance cost accordingly for more profits is very important for all the organizations, and especially when this high impact on the cost for employees. Of course, yes, they'll have to think about a lot. It's all planning they require now, and how to navigate the situation is even more important.
Very true, right? Because the first impact it would have created is like, as you said, shock. It's like, what do we do next? Are we not going to hire any more people? Is that a good strategy?
I don't think it would be a good strategy, because the
No.
organization would curtail their growth to earn profits.
Absolutely, right? And I think so. What all innovative ways you have to look at things, right? Work around maybe collaborative approach, or what else can be done as organizations? Maybe the organizations coming together and shouting it out. This is not the right strategy.
True.
Just
Yeah.
like COVID happened, Trump happens. So they have to be ready for.
Right? So we keep coming across so many such challenges. It could be political, sometimes it is, as you rightly mentioned, COVID, which nobody ever expected in their lifetime, something like that will come and put us a standstill in our lives, right? And look at the after effects of it. Of course, there's some good things happened after that. What is the one good thing that happened?
Working from home.
Yeah. So the hybrid work culture has become a norm,
Yeah.
right?
Maybe. Yeah.
All right. So I have a quick a small poll, like a small question and answer session. So I want all of you can participate. You can put it in your chat or talk, whatever works for you. So we have a little small quiz, very simple. So the first question is, which of the following best defines resilient leadership? You can just pick the answer A, B, C, or D. You can put it in the chat or you can tell the answer. Okay. So people started answering the second one. Okay, go for it. Adaptability in leadership is most important when Can we move on to the next question?
Sure, ma'am.
Yes.
I see most of you answered fourth one also. Should we move on?
Yes.
So the fifth question is still, you can choose the option. After that, the next section will be true or false statement. See, I like your speed.
Thank you.
Great going. Excellent. So how was it? I know it's a very simple question, right? But it's just an eye opener. Shall we move on to the next? Okay. So building adaptable and resilient company. So what are the strategic areas? As somebody already mentioned about being flexible and agile in your decisions, empowering teams and collaborations. Isn't that very critical? We talk about collaborations, but one of the challenging area for organizations, do we really collaborate? Are we empowering people to collaborate? Are teams' voice heard? Is there a true inclusivity in every way? Are leaders really being adaptable before we tell the team to get adapted? So how are you developing your talent? Are you able to identify the areas that a person is good or whatever the strengths are, and you can help people working towards that? So it all boils down to the company culture, how the company is first of all giving that freedom first for the leaders to be able to explore and how they're able to bring up the team to speed up as well. So there are always times when leaders have this challenge because there whenever there's an uncertainty, there's no clarity. But as leaders, they expect you to get some clarity, be transparent, and give that sense of direction to your team that of course we are having uncertainty period. Maybe it could be for a time that we're going to be sailing through this, but for sure we can come out of this together. What kind of reflection this gives to you all? Are you creating that psychological safety in the minds of your teams?
Of course, yes, ma'am.
So what does empowering team mean to you?
Ma'am, empowering is always, understanding and delivering whatever is the requirement for the team. Uh, so basically, if a team is having, uh, let's give them the authority and the power to do things whatever they are into, by maybe by hand holding them initially, or maybe by asking them to work accordingly with more confidence, and as well as more stronger the way they like to be, and expressing whatever they can in the real sense.
You brought very beautiful points, Sumitra, and this kind of also leads to another interesting concept called situational leadership,
True.
right?
Yeah.
So when we talk about situational leadership, it is not in the true sense the situation we are going through. It is also like I, as a leader, understand my team. I don't treat all my teammates the same. For example, I know somebody is a top performer, knows the job well. If they all they need is the autonomy or somebody to trust them and believe them and give the job, and they will be making sure that the job gets done. So such people, all I need to do is just support them. Some people maybe they're very interested, curious to do the job, but they don't know how to do it. So such during those times I wear a directive leadership wherein I give them a sense of direction how to go forward. And sometimes people know the job how to do it. They also have an idea, but all they need is somebody to reassure, give the kind of support along with a little bit of direction. And sometimes all I need to do is only coaching. So what is coaching? I just tell people what needs to be done and just give them that autonomy. Does that mean as a leader I don't own the take the ownership? Not true. It's just that I believe in my team and make sure that I give them that autonomy. But if wherever they're stuck, they can always come for guidance. In case something goes wrong, I'm there to be taking that backup or whatever, backing them whenever required. Does this not give a feeling of psychological safety within the organization for teams to even do something innovative? What are your thoughts? Anybody can.
Yes, Shobha, you rightly said it. This will actually create a culture which will be, promoting openness and respect towards each others. Each one of them might have diverse opinions and ideas, and they can speak out without the fear of judgment. So I think it will actually create a culture of openness and respect.
Thanks, Shruti. Yeah. Anybody else wants to add on? All right. So let's move on. What is adaptability in leadership? So first, I tried to read what is happening, interpret. So as human beings, we all interpret things in our own way. Like somebody said, like the minute somebody, when Trump made this announcement of this H1B, it gave shock to somebody. Some people would have been confused. Some people were like, just found ways to travel back to the country. So it gave different feeling to different people, right? So how do I interpret an uncertainty? And then how I do reshaping, and maybe am I a person who finds opportunity from this uncertainty, and how do I reshape things, and where do we begin from? So basically the great leader exercise attributes, it's all about attributes of having clear vision even in spite of being chaotic, making sure you speak up, create that influence in the minds of your teammates, saying that I know there is a period of uncertainty. Let's just wait. We can work together towards this. Let's find ways to come out of this together. Whatever it is, just that all sometimes people need is somebody to come and stand in front of them and give them that assurance. So this is also a very important quality as leader. So it is not just about responding to change, but also like what is the shift that's going to happen. So when COVID came, all of a sudden companies found ways to bring about cloud. There was total technology shift. So all that people were working towards is okay, we have to prepare ourselves for this work from home, which we're not prepared earlier. And a lot of times people were not even using laptops. So companies had to procure laptops or even pay people money to buy their own laptops, and even gave that entire infrastructure cost so that they could set up a work from home. So these are all some changes that company took, overnight decisions, because that was a need of the hour. And of course, a lot of companies had to relook at various technologies later to see what works and what didn't work. But that particular time, I think people were very quick in adapting to situations. People became more empathetic leaders. So it is not just about work getting done. What is your mindset? Is your family doing well? How are you doing today? So these were questions which became very normal in most of your virtual meetings, right? And along with this, lot of this uncertainty, how do I balance that execution? Because first, even for a leader, uncertainty, for everybody, uncertainty gives that sense of, you know, the chaos or kind of that uncomfort zone. But how do you make that uncomfort zone comfortable to make sure that you bring about a clarity from there, quickly adapt to it, and you adapt and also give that adaptability mindset to your teammates also, that this is the need of the hour. We had to take these decisions. If all of us together collaborate and work towards it, we will be able to winning together. So it is just that clarity, how you speak. At the same time, there should be absolute transparency maintained. If you feel there is a situation of uncertainty, please speak it out. It's not a good idea to just fabricate things, but transparency along with clarity and a sense of direction is very important. So adaptive leaders, they just don't survive change. They define the rules as they go, making themselves and the teams unshakable in the face of disruption. And we all know disruption is, it's a never changing game. But how do we manage this and navigate through it? Sailing together is very important as a leadership journey. So how do we do this? The power of communication. So what do you mean by communication? We communicate for different reasons. So one of them could be persuasive communication, wherein for leaders, it is about either creating influence or impact. But the truth is 91% of employees say their leaders lack communication skills. So when we talk about communication skills, it's not about just talking. It is about able to openly inform the teammates about clarity that is going on with absolute transparency and making sure everybody is aware of what is happening. Right? So this is very important. It is not just about communicating uncertainty. Sometimes you'll also have to communicate difficult conversations. For example, there is a conflict or there's some disagreement within the team for a new change that is coming within the organization. But how do you able to communicate that to the teammates to make sure that people are all coming to one page and make sure that the reason for this new change is absolutely required for the organization. It is for the overall benefit, maybe. It is a small time of uncertainty or that discomfort zone that you people are in. But overall, when you look at the bigger picture, what is that you're going to, benefit from that? So that when you're speaking as a leader, you have to create that impact in the minds of the audience so strong that you are influencing with a strong conviction that you bring onto the table. That requires a lot of, the willpower, able to speak with absolute clarity, with a purpose and a sense of direction to make sure people are all aligning and they all resonate with the values and what emotions that brings to them. So what I would recommend is just speak with clarity, maintain transparency, irrespective of whatever may be the challenge. And whenever there's a challenge, please bring it on table. Let people be aware that there is a situation, but we will somehow figure out ways to come out of it. So leaders should have a solution. It's not always about a problem. So there's always a problem, but how do we come up with a solution is what the leader always has to think and able to show that sense of direction with absolute clarity and how you converse to the team with that impact is very important. So that what makes a leader being heard, right? And it's not just about authority, it is about speaking with conviction. Like I have to first believe what I'm saying, and am I able to bring that clarity wherein I'm able to put the seed in minds of the other teammates, and we are all walking towards one common goal. So moving on. What is the difference between adaptability and resilience? We all know what is adaptability, what is resilience, right? So adaptability is the change, adjusting to a new situation, finding new ways to succeed. So it involves being open to change and willing to modify plans as necessary. Most of you are adaptable by nature because as a human being, we have been constantly adaptable right from a stone age. We have seen different changes or phases in our human evolution. So we are naturally adaptable, but it's not just adaptability, just being flexible with a purpose and keeping that change is constant, no matter what, how quick I am, agile is very important. So resilience is basically that bouncing back. It is that the muscle that helps you to be adaptable, being without losing your calm, right? It's all about internalizing things. So adaptability is a behavior that is focusing on actions taken in response to change and adaptability to implement new strategies. So it is about that mindset. Whereas resilience is that emotional intelligence. No matter what going to come on, whatever may be the challenge, How do I control my feelings without overreacting, keeping myself calm, thinking, with clarity even in chaotic situations. So this can be can be used for both positive and negative situations, whereas resilience is mostly used for negative or adverse situations wherein leaders have to recover from setbacks and maintain team morale. Because, as we all know, the minute there is uncertainty, there's a chaos. Everywhere, people are like, oh, what is going to happen? Is this going to impact me? Like how when AI came in, a lot of people were having that risk, that fear of like, will my job be lost? What will happen to me? Will this new technology impact us? So all this feeling keeps going in the minds of the teammates. But are you able to bring that chaotic situation calmer, making people to think, give the real purpose of why are we doing what we are doing? So that will improve the team morale, and also giving that time to prepare rather than just bringing on change overnight, so that gradually it sets in the mind of the people. uh, have some sessions or a town hall, give some kind of the feeler that there is a change going to happen, so that people are prepared for the same and working towards it, and emotionally they're trying to prepare themselves to stay calm in that situation, and how they can navigate through it. All right, now time for some questions again. This time it's going to be
I
scenario
have a
based.
question
Yes,
first.
Tripti, go for it.
Why are so it's not opposite, right? Adaptability and resilience aren't two opposites of the same line. They can go parallelly, or a lot of times they go hand in hand. If there is a situation where adverse situation, I have to be resilient and bounce back, and then I adapt to the
Yes.
new way of. So it is
Right.
kind
So
of.
resilience is more required in adverse conditions, but adaptability can be for both good and bad situations. For example, a
Mhm.
new technology, you have to adapt. For example, today you're using X software,
Okay.
and tomorrow there is a different software the company has changed to, because of maybe it could be in terms of better performance, or the software is more user friendly, or the result is faster. So company can take that decision, but in that kind of situations, so much resilience is not required, because we all know that companies keep upgrading to new technologies and you adapt to it, right?
Hmm.
Whereas you are having a completely, now there is a new policy change, you're
Okay.
used to certain policies. So what happens then? The first thing, like for example, you had a 3-day work week until
Right.
recently.
Hmm.
Suddenly, it's companies asking you, you have to start coming 5 days a week.
Hmm.
So,
Hmm.
what feeling it gives you? First hand feeling.
Yeah. It, a little resistance, and you're disturbed, stressed.
Right?
Initial,
These are the
initial,
first
yeah, initial reactions.
initial,
Yes, yeah.
right? So now, here is where your resilience muscle comes into place. Okay.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Now, can I do anything about it?
Yeah, no, so we need to adapt.
Yeah. So you're already willing to adapt, but to adapt to that, your state, your mind is already gone through that chaos. So now, all these days I was doing 3 days a week. That 2 days maybe I was doing work from home, wherein I was managing somehow, because the daycare or whatever support system. All you needed was for 3 days. Now you need that support system for all the 5 days. So what is that I need to do? For that, first you have to do mentally. You have to tell your mind, it's okay. Let me get you know used to this. So there you're building that resilience muscle.
Got it. Hmm. Hmm.
to adapt to the 5 days work. Is that clear?
Right. Yeah. Yes. Thank you.
Any other questions? Okay, so if you don't have any other questions, we can look at the scenario-based questions. You can speak, in fact, if you don't want to text, it's fine. So your team's key project fails due to sudden market shifts. How would you respond as an adaptable and resilient leader? Anybody can share your thoughts. So in this scenario, what is the ideal thing to be done? So these kind of scenarios keep coming up, right? The project can fail due to some changes in the market or
First of all, we need to stay calm. We should not panic, and we should show some emotional steadiness to the team so that it doesn't spiral onto the team members. And we should actually acknowledge the setback that
Mhm.
goes.
Very nice, Shruti. And this is something, it's not in your hands, right? And you would have done all the planning, done everything, perfectly, but these are unavoidable sometimes, right? As you rightly said, how do you stay calm? Because you cannot just escape from such situations either. All right, number 2, you inherit a team resistant to new digital tool. What steps can you take to help them adapt? Anyone? New digital tool. This is always a problem, right? Whenever new technology or new digital tool comes, what is the first thing comes to the mind of the people? No comments, no thoughts. I thought that's very simple. Okay, let's move on to the next one then. During an, yeah, sorry. Yeah, Ravi, go ahead. Ravi, you can unmute yourself. Ravi, you can speak.
Yeah, great. Hi.
Hi.
Hey, hi, Shobha. Great question, I would say. I think, this could be related to a situation which you very aptly shared a few minutes ago, where people are actually reluctant. They don't want to change, is what I have seen and experienced firsthand, Shobha. So I think, bringing in a new tool, my experience as a person in the learning space is most of the folks and the people, their first question is, I don't want to leave the old application or the tool and migrate to a new one. And is it going to be difficult? And I have made my own comfort zone and I have become a pro in whatever that I'm doing. So I just don't want to learn something It may be nice, it may have a lot of features, but I think I am okay with the old one. So that's something that I have experienced firsthand, Shobha.
Absolutely bang on. Right? And this is very common problem we face, right? Day in and day out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Thanks, Ravi. Very
No
nicely
problem.
brought
Right.
out.
No problem. Thanks, Shobha.
Welcome. Anybody else wants to add on, or shall we move on? All right. During an unexpected crisis, your team looks to you for direction. What immediate actions would reflect resilient leadership? So, whenever there's chaos, what happens? People need some clarity or
Guidance.
wanting to guidance. Yeah. So, what is the first thing a leader can do?
Maybe letting them know, hey, I'm here for you all, and trying to understand that they are panicking, and try not to. I mean, basically, all I wanted to say is letting them know, letting the associates know that your leader is there for you. Do not panic. I understand we do have a crisis, but we all are in this together, and we can come up with a solution.
Hang on. Very true. See, sometimes all people need is some assurance. It's not that, they need some commitment, but at least come and show up. Tell them that we are there here. We're here to support you, right? That's all they want to hear sometimes. Anybody else wants to add on to it? All right. Share an example where adaptability helped you to overcome a professional challenge. Any instance, if you had personally.
I would like to highlight a particular instance which happened in our organization. So I'm
Sure.
working with a financial institution. So thing is, during the time when the COVID was affected badly, and being a bank being a very critical area. So what happened was. Uh, Almost like 45 to 50 of our officers who are specialized in specific fields. It's like someone in really good in operational activities and someone in, like those kind of say 50 or 50 plus officers were being they came, they opted themselves and they came and completely, they were completely shut down from the outside world. So they were fully in the learning, and we have a learning and development department of a full building in the bank with with like place with the lodging facilities etc are available in this particular building. And
Hmm.
for almost like 2 or 2.5 months, the entire team was fully locked from the outside world. They were fully detached, just to ensure the business continuity, so that the entire customers as well as the entire banking system should be working properly. That's what we thought. And these people were being cut off from their entire the family relations etc, and they were fully in this the building where I'm currently working with. So when it comes to adaptability, I always would think about it. And when it comes to the learning and development department, so that is the time when we started exploring for further online programs to ensure that the learning is being continued. There's no breakage of learning, and the instructions to the employees, etc., should happen as expected. And so this is the all time my favorite example when it comes to adaptability. The people and the organization adapted well to the situation, which is great hats off to the team who've done that.
Sumitra, kudos to the team, and it's not easy.
I know it does not.
That shows the criticality and how people all came together with a common purpose. And excellent example, Sumitra. Thank you so much for bringing this.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Anybody else have anything like this? I'm seriously, that's a great example. Yeah. All right, moving on. Imagine a sudden leadership change in your organization. How would you help your team stay motivated and focused?
Uh, yeah, Shobha, I have been in the situation. I mean, not a complete leadership change, but in both the situations, my manager has changed. But yeah, if we think about it in a broader perspective, so maybe, I mean, when that change was going to happen, what my previous manager did was I really liked it. She was being honest and clear of what the changes were and what would be upcoming for me. And she also asked if there were any concerns, and she did keep an ear to that. She listened to what concerns I had, and also let me know. And also, I mean, it was a interactive session, like knowing, making me aware of what are the goals that the new leadership is gonna expect from me as an individual and as a team, a whole team, and
Mhm.
also vice versa.
Okay.
What was I thinking, like, as an associate as well, I would also be having a plan for myself, right? Okay, this year I want to achieve this, or say learn this, something like that. And making sure that she puts in the confidence in me, staying positive, and of course promising, she also promised that she is, for me in my situation, it was like she is in the organization but not for me directly. As a team, we are not as a team together anymore. So it's giving an assurance that come what may, she's still there. She was happy. She was like, she told me that she is still there for me. I can reach out to her if required. So giving assurance, being honest and clear of what the changes are going to be, and making sure the goals are in line with the team as an whole and as an individual. Not, I mean, it's not like, okay, your everything is going to change. You will be in chaos or something like that.
Yeah. And that sense of assurance, being there
Yes.
for you whenever you need me. So gives you the sense of calmness and like continue with your job as BAU as usual.
Yeah, and the most importantly, maybe like how you said previously, communicating with your associate is most important. Staying in touch with them, listening to them. Yeah.
Great, Rishma. Thanks for that. So with that, we are done with the scenario question. Thanks for all the participation. You people really enlightened it and made it more two-way communication, and it was good. All right. So coming on to the almost to the end of the session. So we have some final tips and takeaways. So it's very important, be stay curious and be open-minded. So when somebody has to tell something, show that full attention towards them. Listen actively with the open mind, right? So practice agile decision making, as all of you mentioned that loud and clear. Build emotional resilience. No matter what the situation is, I make sure that my resilience muscle is so strong, I stay calm and composed and think through the situation. Empower your team. There's nothing like that, right? Because they are your full backbone. Learn, unlearn, relearn. I think this is something we have kept on hearing day in and day out. And I'm sure I think mindset is also changed nowadays. Communicate transparently. Whatever may be, speak with transparency that builds bonds within the team as well as trust is built. So, what are the takeaways? Adaptability is what? Flexibility, not just being flexible, but with a growth mindset. Resilience is bouncing back stronger than before. So, leadership impact is your calmness and how you stay composed and how do you shape up your team's behavior. So, change is constant. Leaders who embrace it will be definitely navigating well. Resilient culture is team thrives when leader shows that positivity, there's continuous learning and perseverance. So, with that, I leave the floor to you all for any questions if you have.
Any questions from the participants? We have 5 more minutes. Okay, thanks, Ravi. All good from your side. Okay. Okay, so thank you all for joining us today. We hope this session provides valuable insights you can apply in your own leadership journey. On behalf of Skillemme, I would like to extend our appreciation to Shobha for sharing her expertise with us. So we look forward to welcoming you to our future sessions and continuing to learn and grow together. Have a great evening ahead. So thank you, Shobha, for taking time out for us, doing this for us. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I
Thank you.
really enjoyed this session, such participative audience, and I hope all of you are able to get something out of it. If not, made your time valuable. So thank you once again from myself and from Skillemme.
Thank you very much.
Take care,
Thank you.
Shobha. Bye-bye.
Bye
Bye,
bye.
everyone. See ya.
Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much.
everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'll be ending the session now.